I tried Linux Fedora for the first time, expecting a decent Linux experience, maybe something stable and polished, but what I got completely changed the way I look at operating systems. I've used Windows for most of my life, experimented with macOS here and there, and I've dabbled in a few Linux distributions before, but Fedora always sat in the background in my mind as that developer-focused distro that might be a little too serious, a little too cutting edge, and maybe even a little intimidating. So when I finally decided to install it and really commit to using it as my main system for a while, I didn't expect to be this impressed. This is my full experience, from installation to daily driving, and why Fedora might actually be one of the most amazing Linux distributions out there right now. The first thing that struck me was how confident Fedora feels in its identity. Some distributions try to be everything for everyone. Fedora doesn't. It knows what it is. It's modern, it's forward-thinking, it's clean, and it embraces new technologies earlier than most mainstream distributions. That can sound scary at first, especially if you're worried about stability. But in practice, it feels like using the future before everyone else gets there. Fedora often introduces new versions of the Linux kernel, Gnome desktop Wayland improvements, and cutting-edge features long before they become standard in other distributions. Yet somehow, despite being on the leading edge, it still feels solid. Installing Fedora was surprisingly straightforward. I downloaded the ISO from the official website, created a bootable USB drive, and booted into the installer. The Anaconda installer is different from what you might be used to if you've installed Ubuntu or other beginner-focused distributions, but once you understand the layout, it's actually very powerful. You get full control over your disk partitions, encryption, and system configuration without feeling overwhelmed. I chose to encrypt my drive, which was incredibly easy to set up during installation, and within minutes, the system was copying files. The entire process felt clean and professional. Not flashy, not overly simplified, just direct and purposeful. When I booted into Fedora for the first time, I was greeted by the Gnome desktop in its purest form. No heavy customization, no strange theming choices, just clean, modern Gnome exactly as its developers intended. And I have to say, Fedora's decision to ship a nearly vanilla Gnome experience is one of its strongest features. Everything feels cohesive. The animations are smooth, the overview mode is fluid, workspaces are dynamic and intuitive. It's minimal without feeling empty. It's elegant without trying too hard. Within a few minutes, I was navigating through the system effortlessly. One of the biggest surprises was how responsive everything felt. Fedora felt fast, right out of the box. Applications launched quickly. Switching between workspaces was instant. Even on hardware that isn't top of the line, the performance was impressive. Fedora ships with Wayland enabled by default, which is the next generation display server meant to replace the aging X11 system. I had heard mixed opinions about Wayland in the past, but on Fedora, it just worked. Fractional scaling worked better than I expected. Touchpad gestures felt natural. The entire desktop experience felt modern in a way that Windows sometimes struggles to achieve despite its massive development resources. Software management on Fedora was another area where I was pleasantly surprised. Fedora uses DNF as its package manager, and it's powerful and reliable. Installing software from the terminal feels fast and predictable. Dependencies are handled smoothly, and updates are straightforward. The GNOME Software Center also integrates well with the system, giving you access to both official repositories and Flatpak applications. Fedora's strong support for Flatpak is a big deal. It means you can easily install up-to-date versions of popular applications like Spotify, Discord, and various productivity tools without worrying about compatibility issues. The integration feels seamless. One thing that often worries people about Fedora is its relationship with proprietary software. Fedora is committed to open source principles, which means certain proprietary drivers and codecs aren't included by default. At first, I thought this might become a hassle, especially for things like NVIDIA drivers or media playback. But in reality, enabling the necessary repositories and installing what I needed was straightforward. There are clear guides, and once set up, everything works smoothly. I installed multimedia codecs, got hardware acceleration working, and even set up gaming without much trouble. It required a few extra steps compared to some beginner-focused distributions, but nothing that felt overwhelming. Speaking of gaming, I was genuinely curious how Fedora would handle it. Linux gaming has improved dramatically in recent years, especially thanks to Proton and Steam Play. Installing Steam was simple, and once I logged in, I enabled Proton for all titles. To my surprise, many of my games just worked. Performance was comparable to what I experienced on other Linux distributions, and in some cases, it even felt smoother. The newer kernel versions and Mesa drivers that Fedora ships with seem to give it an edge in hardware support. Fedora feels like it embraces the rapid pace of Linux gaming improvements instead of lagging behind. Another area where Fedora shines is security. Fedora uses SELinux by default, which adds an extra layer of security enforcement on top of traditional Linux permissions. At first, I was worried this might cause compatibility issues or require constant tweaking, but for everyday use, I barely noticed it. It runs quietly in the background, enhancing security without interrupting workflow. Knowing that the system is designed with strong security principles from the ground up adds a sense of confidence that's hard to ignore. Development on Fedora feels like it's on another level. It's clear that Fedora is popular among developers for a reason. Installing programming languages, containers, virtualization tools, and development environments is incredibly smooth. Podman comes pre-installed, making container management easy without relying on Docker. Toolbox allows you to create isolated development environments effortlessly. If you're a developer who wants access to modern toolchains and up-to-date libraries, Fedora feels like it was built with you in mind. Even if you're not a professional developer, you benefit from the stability and freshness of its software ecosystem. The update cycle is something I was initially unsure about. Fedora releases new versions roughly every 6 months. That's faster than some long-term support distributions, but slower than rolling release systems like Arch. Strikes a balance between stability and innovation. When updates arrive, they're substantial. New Gnome versions, updated kernels, performance improvements, and new features all come bundled together. Yet, the upgrade process itself is surprisingly smooth. You can upgrade through the graphical interface or the terminal, and the system guides you through the process clearly. Customization is another aspect that impressed me. While Fedora ships with a clean Gnome experience, Gnome itself is highly installing extensions allows you to tweak behavior, add new features, and personalize the desktop to match your workflow. I added a few extensions for better workspace management, system monitoring, and minor interface tweaks. The flexibility is there if you want it, but the default experience is strong enough that you don't feel pressured to customize everything immediately. Hardware compatibility was also excellent. Wi-Fi worked immediately. Bluetooth paired devices without issue. Audio was clear and consistent. Power management felt efficient, especially on a laptop. Suspend and Resume worked flawlessly. These are small things, but they make a huge difference in daily usability. There's nothing more frustrating than fighting with basic hardware functions, and Fedora handled them with ease. One thing I didn't expect was how polished Fedora feels aesthetically. The fonts are crisp. The default theme is subtle and modern. The login screen, system dialogues, and animations all feel cohesive. There's a level of refinement that suggests careful attention to detail. It doesn't feel like a collection of open source components thrown together. It feels like a thoughtfully crafted operating system. The community around Fedora also deserves recognition. Documentation is clear and accessible. Forums and discussion boards are active and helpful. Because Fedora is closely tied to Red Hat, there's a sense of professionalism and long-term vision behind the project. It's community-driven, but it also benefits from strong backing and structured development. That combination creates a healthy ecosystem where innovation and stability coexist. Another aspect that makes Fedora amazing is how it pushes Linux forward. Technologies like Wayland, Pipewire, and newer kernel features often appear in Fedora before becoming widespread elsewhere. Using Fedora feels like participating in the evolution of Linux. Instead of waiting years for new standards to trickle down, you get to experience them as they mature. Yet it never feels reckless. Changes are implemented thoughtfully and tested thoroughly. I also experimented with Fedora's different editions. While I primarily used the Workstation edition, Fedora also offers spins with different desktop environments like KDE Plasma, XFCE, and others. The KDE spin, in particular, felt incredibly polished. Plasma combined with Fedora's up-to-date packages creates a powerful and visually impressive environment. It's reassuring to know that if GNOME isn't your preference, Fedora still provides high-quality alternatives. Over time, I realized something important. Fedora doesn't try to hold your hand excessively, but it also doesn't leave you stranded. It expects you to learn a little, to understand your system, and to engage with it. In return, it gives you control, transparency, and power. That balance creates a sense of ownership that's deeply satisfying. Instead of feeling like I'm just using a product, I feel like I am participating in an ecosystem. Stability during my testing period was excellent. I didn't experience random crashes or major system-breaking bugs. Updates installed cleanly. Applications behaved predictably. Even when experimenting with development tools and system tweaks, Fedora remained resilient. That reliability builds trust quickly. Battery life on my laptop was another pleasant surprise. Thanks to modern kernel optimizations and power management improvements, Fedora performed competitively with other operating systems. TLP and other power-saving tools are available if you want to fine-tune things further. But even without extensive tweaking, the experience was solid. There's also something refreshing about Fedora's philosophy. It avoids shipping unnecessary software. The default installation is lean but functional. You get essential applications like a web browser, text editor, and file manager, but you're not overwhelmed with pre-installed extras. It feels respectful of your choices. You decide what your system becomes. As I spent more time with Fedora, I noticed how little friction there was in daily tasks. Browsing the web, editing documents, watching videos, coding, managing files, connecting external displays. Everything felt smooth. There were no constant reminders that I was using something different from mainstream operating systems. Instead, it felt modern and capable. In many ways, Fedora strikes a rare balance. It's cutting edge but stable. It's powerful but approachable. It's developer-friendly but suitable for everyday users. It's secure but not restrictive. That combination is difficult to achieve, yet Fedora manages it. By the end of my trial period, I found myself not wanting to switch back. Fedora didn't just meet my expectations. It exceeded them. It showed me that Linux can be polished, forward-thinking, and reliable all at once. It reminded me that open source development can compete with and sometimes surpass proprietary systems in terms of quality and innovation. Trying Fedora wasn't just about testing another Linux distribution. It was about rediscovering what an operating system can feel like when it's built with intention, transparency, and community collaboration. It feels like the Linux desktop done right. And honestly, it's amazing.